What is going on, guys? So, as you can see, it is freaking gorgeous out. It is gorgeous out. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to make a FIFA video today. Got a busy weekend coming up, got to prepare. But I did want to talk to you guys about the Real Madrid game last night. As you know, I'm sure you know from the news because it's a huge game, the unlikely hero of Javier Hernandez. Huge, absolutely huge. So yeah, it was a great goal, and of course it was set up by Ronaldo, being very unselfish. Good for him. And yeah, you know, you can't help but really like a guy like Chicharito. You know, the thing about Chicharito is you don't really hear him cry or complain too often. He just says things like, you know, he just wants to play, and that's stuff you want to hear. And you know, from a coaching standpoint, whenever you hear about his old coaches talking about him, all you hear about is his work ethic and how, you know, him working hard. He's always a team player. He doesn't cry, he doesn't complain. He's a dream, you know, and he's passionate, very passionate. And of course he's talented, he has technical ability and stuff like that, but you know, he's very passionate, which is, it's fantastic. So good for him, and good for Ronaldo for the layoff. That is just such a classy move. Ronaldo running in, just full steam ahead like a freaking freight train, dishes it out to James, to James, and then, you know, 1-2, James right back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo sees he doesn't have a shot, he sees Chicharito, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, there is a goal. And it's not, you know, the importance of this goal is huge. It is very huge. Not only is it Champions League, not only does it give you a free pass to the round of 4, but it's against your rivals, you know, your rivals, which is really big, you know, and they've really struggled to take on Atleti for you know, a couple years now, and you know, for them to beat them on probably the 2 most important times in the last 2 years is very big. But yeah, I can't downplay enough how big this goal was for Javier Hernandez. You know, you're talking about a guy that, you know, the last couple years in Manchester, he wasn't given the playing time that he probably deserved. And then he goes to Madrid and he's hoping for better, but you know, then Benzema, you know, it was like a fire was lit under Benzema's ass. And all of a sudden he just started putting out world-class shows and performances, not shows, sorry. And you know, it's left Javier Hernandez out of the team, and it's not given him any chances to play. And on the biggest game of the season for him, for sure, probably the biggest game he's played since the Champions League final with Manchester United, he shows up and he puts the ball in the net. Now, there was a couple times where he probably could have scored and should have scored because there wasn't, you know, it was a good chance. But you know, when it really mattered, when it really mattered, he put the ball into the net. So following the goal, there was some criticism thrown at Chicharito for the way he celebrated by none other than the French legend and Arsenal legend Thierry Henry. Let's take a look at what he said.
All I'm saying is Ronaldo giving him that ball, that's Ronaldo's goal. At that particular moment,
when it gets in that area,
yes, but at that particular moment, because of that, he couldn't shoot. So he didn't take the risk of doing something stupid and silly with it. He saw a guy in a better position, which Chicharito was, and he gave him the ball. What I don't like is after that's Ronaldo's goal. What I don't like after is like it seems like he won the World Cup with that.
Yeah, but
Wasn't for me.
He's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer.
Turn around and celebrate with Ronaldo.
So you're unhappy with he wanted to be the star of the show afterwards and not celebrate with his team?
I think the pressure went through him. He knew that he had to perform today, and he had a couple of chances to do it, and even the camera knew.
Is this what,
the camera is on Ronaldo for a reason, but it's still a tap-in. Turn around and say thank you to the man.
So, as you've seen from the criticism, a little harsh. I think Henry has to put this in perspective. You're talking about a guy who's been at practice, he's worked really hard, and he's not been really given a chance, even though he's probably deserved it. He's not been given the opportunities he's deserved. David Moyes threw him under the bus. LVG threw him under the bus. And then Benzema turned on world class and just left him out of the team at Real. And this is a guy who's completely professional. He works extra hard. And so he finally gets his chance by default, of course, but because Benzema's injured and whatnot. But he still took his chance and he scored. He knew he had to make it big. He knew he did. But you know, he put the shot away from a nice work from Ronaldo, and yeah, he showed up when it mattered. And it's huge because it's a rivalry game. But you know, for me, whenever I hear these things that Henry's saying, the first thing I think of is you know, he sounds like a bitter old man, doesn't he? You know, which I don't understand why he'd be bitter. He won everything you can win. You know, he got a World Cup, he got a European Championship with France, he won a UEFA Champions League, he won the BPO, he won La Liga. I mean, everything he did, everywhere he went, trophies were won. You know, he was always in, you know, the team of the year during his prime, and you know, player of the year almost everywhere he went. I mean, the guy is epic. So I don't know why he comes off as sounding like a bitter old man. I don't know, maybe he's just upset because he misses the game and is mad because he's old. I don't know. But for me, these criticisms are harsh, especially what he's saying that, you know, he celebrated the goal like he just won the World Cup. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a World Cup winning goal. It's not like that, but this is a big game. This is Real Madrid, which, you know, the pressure at Real Madrid's just huge. And, you know, it's a derby, and you're talking about a team that has dominated Real for pretty much the better part of 2 seasons. And, you know, this year, I think this was their first victory in, 7 games or something against Atleti and Atletico. Sorry, once again, my Spanish is poor. Don't make fun. But, you know, I think that this criticism is completely unfounded. The other thing that Henry mentions is the fact that Chicharito didn't go to Ronaldo for his celebration. He should turn and go to the man, as he said. But I'm sorry, but you know what? First of all, we're not on the team. We don't know what's going on with the team relations and all that. We don't know anything about it. So, I mean, that's number one. Number two, with all the pressure that Chicharito has been under, with all the missed chances and the probably deserved chances to play, and, you know, the frustration that has been the last 2 years for Chicharito, he just scored an incredibly important goal against a huge, you know, a bitter rival. Let the man celebrate however the hell he wants to. Henry, the only thing I can say about that is, it was a stupid comment. It was a really stupid comment. Let the guy do whatever he wants. I mean, come on. Look at what he's been through for the last couple of years. Extreme pressure. No, it's not the World Cup. And, you know, whatever else you said about the importance of the goal, but it was still an important goal. And you know what? It was very, very important for Chicharito as well. Let the man do what he does. Come on, man.
6.5 hours later.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for today. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Was Henry right? Was Henry wrong? You know the drill. Hit that like or dislike button. New people, do me a favor. Subscribe. And I will see you next time.